Hello from San Antonio, this is SIREN Tarot. Welcome back to another Pick a Card reading. What does he think about when he thinks about you? What does she think about when she thinks about you? This reading is timeless, and for this reading there are 4 different options. This is option 1. And with this agate, I have a wholesale lot, selling it piece by piece on eBay, link in every box. This is option 2. Option 3. And Quattro, option 4. As always, timestamps will be provided. Don't overthink it. Just think of your person of interest. Take a deep breath and make your selection. If you chose the first crystal, amethyst agate, here is your reading. Starting with my newest deck, Sugar-Free Tarot, available at makeplaincards.com, link in every box. The Emperor, Reina de Oros, Queen of Pentacles, El Carro, Chariot, Tarot de Marseille, El Diablo, the Devil, Wheel of Fortune, 2 of Wands, those the Bastos, Pink Tiger, not the official name, but I call this the Pink Tiger deck. El Mundo, the World, the Fixed Modality, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus. El Carro, again, I can't make this up. And Rey de Oros, King of Pentacles. So that's cool. That rarely happens. The Queen and King from the same suit, the same element together in a spread like that. Queen and King of Pentacles. So I would say for most of you who chose pile 1, you are in a relationship with this person. You're actively talking. For a lot of you, I would say you're actually in a full-on committed monogamous relationship. You're living together, you're married, you're engaged. This is pretty serious energy. I feel like things have settled between you and this person. I feel like it's established that you are together and you're both prioritizing this connection. It's just really decent, solid, mature energy for one. So when they think about you, I don't feel like it's that deep or profound. I don't feel like they're wistful. I don't feel like they're missing you because you're in a relationship. You're at the very least talking and you're moving in that direction. Excuse me, you're on the same page and things are very stable between you according to these cards. So when they think about you, it's just, you know, if they're out running errands or something, can I bring you anything from the store? So when they think about you, it's positive, and it may be mundane because you've established a rhythm, and with any relationship, there's going to be a period of calm when you really know the person and there's not the fireworks or the excitement. This is not the energy, in other words, what I'm trying to say. This is not the energy of two people who are unsure about each other or who are missing each other, who are in separation. This is not the energy of two people who are just falling in love and it's all exciting, it's all roses and rainbows and fireworks. This is not that. So I don't feel like there's any unpredictability here. It's like I say all the time, anyone can obviously watch these readings, and sometimes people who are in gratifying, stable relationships watch, just curiosity, boredom, entertainment purposes. But there's no sadness here. There's no game playing. I see a lot of care. I see a lot of love. I feel like you and this person have a kid or kids together. So one possible astral combo for this person, they could have Sun in Taurus, Mercury in Aries, Cancer rising, and Moon in Sagittarius. That is one possibility of many. But this person may have texted you as recently as 5 minutes ago. Babe, do you need anything from the store? Or you're planning a trip. The two of you are planning a trip. You're planning a vacation. Not that exciting, but it's good. You can rely on this person. You can rely on this relationship. Okay, the Astro die. We have the South Node, and we have Aries 3. So you or this person, maybe both, you have your South Node in Aries in the 3rd house, the house of Gemini. The song I'm hearing is When You Say Nothing at All by Keith Whitley. It's been covered, but I prefer the original version by Keith Whitley. Beautiful love song, When You Say Nothing at All. You and this person communicate without words. There is probably some mental telepathy. You're just super, super close. And I'm not seeing any toxicity or red flags at all, for one. So if you're in a weird situation or you're wondering about someone that you've not talked to in quite some time, someone that you're in separation from, I would definitely choose another pile. We have 5, Mercury, Gemini, Virgo. Yes, the communication is excellent. And then 6, Venus. 11, 2, that's Cancer, another 5. 7, Pisces. I feel like this is a spiritual connection. It's not status quo. There's a lot of deep, deep love here. 10 is 1, so yeah, 1 and 6. 7 is the dominant number. Pisces is the energy. This is a spiritual kind of love. Probably soulmates. Muir Woods, John Muir, California, right? Oh, and the poet. Really? Okay. One or both of you could work in the medical industry. Medical, medicine, pharmacy, x-ray, tax. One of you could be an accountant. Rax, there is a writer, at least one that I'm aware of, Rax. Paxil, we're missing an L for Paxil. Oh, we have Puma. We have 10, we have 11, we have 9. Tricks are for kids. Oh, we have Patty. We have Pat. Patty. Perry, Paris. Rap. Is this person a rapper? I don't think they are. They could be, with the Emperor as the first card. I think of Tupac. He was a Gemini. He had an Aries moon. They could really be into rap. Anything else? Pram. Isn't that what they call a carriage in the UK? Baby carriage, pram. Prim. They may tease you for being prim and proper. You could have Virgo in your chart and Libra. Oh my gosh, do we have Matrix? That is too crazy. Oh my God, we have Matrix. I don't know that I've ever spelled out Matrix in these tiles. Oh, and we have Tammy. This is just a very energetic pile. Wow, man. Mixtapes, DJ. I'll stop there. I could probably go on and on, but that's a lot. That's what I see for one. I hope that helps. I do this full time. I am always available for private readings. All the information, including client testimonials, is in every box. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. And if you chose to, here is your reading, starting with my newest tarot deck, Sugar Free Tarot. It's available at makeplaincards.com, link in every box. Four of Swords, Cuatro de Espadas. El Mundo, the world, the fixed modality, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus. And Nine of Wands, Nueve de Bastos. I'm hearing you're the reason God made Oklahoma. I worked 10 hours on a John Deere tractor, just thinking of you all day. Yeah, it's a duet. Shelley West and David Frick. I don't know. I should know the names, but I've got a lot of stuff in my head and I can't remember the exact names. Anyway, it's a duet. It was a popular country and western song in, I think it was the early 80s. Tarot de Marseille. I see this person working and being exhausted, and they think of you. They're thinking of you at work. They're thinking of you on breaks. I feel like this is someone you've known for a long time. I would say 2 years or longer, probably for pile 2. Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius. El Diablo, the Devil, Capricorn. I did shuffle the cards. These were in pile 1. Okay, this is new. Justice, La Justicia, Libra. This person's life is pretty structured, organized, balanced. Some would say this person's life is boring. There's no drama or excitement. There's no glamour. But they get shit done. This person's an extremely hard worker, and they're decent. They're conscious, they're aware of karma, they know how to treat people. Something has knocked this person down and made them hyper aware of energy. They've probably gone through a dark night of the soul. There's probably been tremendous transformation in this person's lifetime. They've suffered loss. Something has slowed them down and made them very conscious, very aware of how they treat people, the energy they put out, because they know it's going to boomerang back to them. So they're very, very aware of energy. The Devil again. The Hanged Man, El Colgado. So yeah, this person's energy, oh my God, Cuatro de Espadas, we start and end with Four of Swords. This person's energy right now is slow. I mean, they're definitely hardworking, but when they're not working, when they're at home or again on breaks, they're thinking about you, and it's deep thinking. It's contemplative thinking. So I would say for most of you, probably this is someone you are in separation from. A lot of history. You've known each other for years, but this is such a departure from what I saw in pile 1. I would not say you're currently in a relationship with this person. I feel like there's distance, there's separation. You're probably wondering about an ex. This person is thinking about you a lot, and they're contemplating the part that they played in your breakup. You may have been a catalyst in this person's life. You may have been the catalyst that got them onto a spiritual path. I feel like you played a big, fated role in this person's life. I'm not getting casual. Okay. Yeah, they remember the sex. The sex was good. It may have been the best sex of their life, but there's something deeper going on here than someone just thinking, well, I wish I could get back with that person because the sex was amazing. There's a lot more going on here than that. I mean, I'm seeing thoughtful, deep, thoughtful, contemplative energy with the Four of Swords and the Hanged Man. And there's a special emphasis on karma with Justice and the Devil twice. Okay, something really deep happened between the two of you. And I don't want to get too deep into it. I don't want to take this into a dark direction, but this just popped into my head and I'll just go with it. It may resonate with a few people. Not everyone, obviously. I'm reading for a global audience, not a personal reading. But this just popped into my head. You know how they say, I've read that when a couple loses a child, a lot of times the relationship cannot survive that. And I'm thinking specifically of Adam Walsh. I'm not going to go into the details, but after Adam's disappearance and his death, his parents had other children, and their marriage lasted for, I guess, decades, but eventually they did divorce. But you hear that that's common, that if a couple loses a child, the relationship does not survive that. So I feel like something very heavy and deep happened in this relationship. And I'm seeing deep sadness, deep melancholy. This person could be currently depressed. They're struggling with depression. They're struggling with loss, a loss they've not fully processed. And I don't feel like this is just a normal, regular, run-of-the-mill breakup where someone cheated and you went your separate ways. Something profound happened here, and I'll leave it at that. So when they think about you, there is sadness. I would say that it's beyond missing you. They've accepted that the two of you are not going to be together again in this lifetime. I'm also hearing Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain by Willie Nelson, not to be maudlin, not to be sentimental. That was my first favorite song when I was a kid. Willie Nelson's a Taurus. Someday when we meet up yonder, we'll stroll hand in hand again in the land that knows no parting, blue eyes crying in the rain. Yeah, there's some sadness. I would say this person's really struggling right now, but they've accepted that this is their life, and maybe this is their karma. The struggle is part of their karma, and they've just accepted it. I don't see them fighting the circumstances of their life. Their energy is very low right now. Again, they're working hard, but spiritually, if you know, their energy is low. They're doing what they have to do to survive, but when they're alone, they're in a pretty still, dark place. They could be having a lot of transits in their 12th house, or maybe this person's a 12th house, or maybe they have their sun or moon in the 12th house. A possible astral combo with this person, they could have Sun in Capricorn, Pisces rising, moon in Sagittarius. Of course, that is one possibility of many. But a lot of times when they think of you, there are tears in their eyes for pile 2. Okay, the astro die. Okay, 7, and then Jupiter, and then Sagittarius. This person, or you, both, you could have Jupiter in Sagittarius in the 7th house. Jupiter in the 7th, I would think, really lucky with relationships and how people perceive you in general. Just, yeah, I would think you're lucky with relationships if you have Jupiter and Sagittarius in the 7th, certainly. I mean, Jupiter rules Sagittarius, so it's in its domicile. 7th house, house of Libra, house of relationships. Okay, the die. Three, the luckiest number, Sagittarius. 6, Venus. 5, Mercury, Gemini, Virgo. 8, Capricorn. So we have 8. 11. 11's actually the dominant number, the dominant energy. I would say for at least a few of you, you had a child or children with this person. Tiffany. Fit. I feel like this person has a really good physique. They're on their feet a lot. I don't really see them crushing it in the gym right now, but maybe when the two of you were together, you went to the gym together, you worked out together. Pity is P-I-T-Y, but you have to use what you have. You were friends. You weren't just lovers, you were friends. Brittany. Bride. Bridget. PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon. This person could be an alcoholic, or they just drink a lot. They drink and they cry. They listen to sad music that remind them of you. They cry. I'm seeing Planet Fitness. Diana, Dirk. And this just popped up, so I'll just go with it. For some of you, there is an age gap, 10 years or more. Okay. Dirty. Well, I don't think sex is dirty, but yeah, they definitely remember the sex. Dirty thoughts. They remember the sex. The sex was quite good. Bird. Some of you, no, I don't usually talk like this, but when it pops into my head, I just go with it. Some of you may have lost this person to death, and you're just wondering, you're just watching, and is this person thinking of you on the other side? Are they watching you from the other realm? You may see birds, and you take that as a sign that this person is still connected to you from the other realm. So, similar to what I saw in one, I feel like this is probably a spiritual connection. You could be soulmates. But there was an ending, a definite ending for 2. There is deep sadness. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, yeah, that's what I see. That's what I have. I hope that helps. I do this full time. I'm always available for private readings. All the information, including client testimonials, is in every box. Thank you for watching. Peace out. And if you chose 3, here is your reading, starting with Sugar-Free Tarot, my newest tarot deck, available at makeplaincards.com, link in every box. Uno más. Cinco de Oros, 5 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, and 10 of Wands, Deus de Bastos. Tarot de Marseille. Eight of Cups, Ocho de Copas. 7 of Swords, Siete de Espadas. Page of Pentacles, Sota de Oros. Siete de Copas, 7 of Cups. El Colgado, the Hanged Man. Cuatro de Espadas, 4 of Swords. Okay, for a lot of you, I would say this is an infatuation that has stalled out. Okay. There was a lot of interest initially. This person may have love bombed you. They may have just slid into the DMs at Instagram and they just flattered the hell out of you. They were so into you. They were fascinated. They loved everything about you. They loved your sense of humor. They loved your taste in music. They loved your pictures, your stories, your reels, whatever, your videos. But there is an impediment here. There's some kind of obstacle. I don't know if this person's in a relationship. I don't know if they're married, going through a divorce, or if they're just one of those who likes to have the security and the stability of marriage, but they like to play on the side. Okay, I'm seeing some trickery, some mind fuckery. You're probably scratching your head regarding this person. You're just thinking, what the hell? Because it started so strong and then it just kind of flatlined. So when they think about you, there's a lot of laziness. There's a lack of urgency. There's a lack of follow through. So when they think about you, they think, well, when they do think about you, because I feel like this person's got a lot going on. When they think about you, they think, well, you know, it's too bad. We could have had something, but being honest, I didn't have the energy it took to really commit to this. I feel like there was not any exclusivity. Very different from what I saw in piles 1 and 2. I don't feel like this was ever at any time a serious, committed, monogamous relationship. I'm seeing a flirtation and infatuation that didn't turn into something bigger and deeper. There's a lack of consistency here. This person may have started something with you knowing they couldn't finish it. They may have started this flirtation knowing they couldn't really follow through and offer you anything of real value. Okay, because they're married or their energy's just scattered, they're talking to different people, and they're very fickle and probably promiscuous. They like to scatter the energy around, so to speak. So I don't see them thinking of you a lot. you know, when they're at work, when they're on breaks, you could pop into their head. I feel like, as weird as it may sound, even if the two of you decided, or it became apparent that it's not going to be a thing, you're not going to be together, even if that happened, I feel like this person's still watching you on social media. So if you blocked this person, they created a burner account and they're still looking at your pictures. They're attracted to you, there's no doubt about that. But are they going to really show up and pursue something? No, not anytime soon, not according to these cards. So again, I would not say they're just sitting around thinking of you. I feel like they're thinking of a few different people. There was probably some breadcrumbing. Eventually, it started off strong and then there was some breadcrumbing, and you may have finally just gotten tired of it. And you blocked this person when you realized they weren't ever going to really show you anything beyond the sexual interest. A possible astro combo for this person: they could have Sun in Gemini, Pisces rising, Moon in Aquarius. Of course, that is one possibility of many. I feel like this person has a lot of enemies. They play dirty. They don't play fair. Their karma is not exactly squeaky clean. Okay, the astro die. We have Libra. We have Jupiter. We have 8. They could have Jupiter in Libra in the 8th house. I feel like they've gotten away with a lot because they're probably better looking than average. They could be really sexy, beautiful, gorgeous, handsome. They get a lot of attention, and they were spoiled early on. They were spoiled by all the privilege, all the good luck. They were spoiled by all the attention, and that has not exactly made them a better person, because they feel like they don't have to work. They can just smile at someone and they get whatever the hell they want. 6, Venus. Yeah, looks are a big deal for 3. 1 is Leo. This person definitely stands out in a crowd. 7 is Pisces. 2 is Cancer. 3, Sagittarius. So 9 is actually the dominant number. Aries is the energy. It's all about them. It's the me show. Me, me, me. I. Mine, mine, mine. Could be an only child, and they just got a lot of attention when they were a kid. People just oohed and awed over them, and I feel like they've had a lot of sex, a lot of partners, and they've gotten away with stuff that the average person would not get away with. Mine. And I see them being a hypocrite, because when they're in a relationship, they can be very jealous and possessive. Why were you talking to that person? Excuse me. Why were you talking to that person? Why did that person leave all those emojis on your Instagram? Whatever. But they can cheat. They can talk to other people. What's good for the goose is not good for the gander, as the saying goes. Buns of Steel. Very big focus on looks and just physicality in general. So I can see this person being in the gym, taking a lot of gym selfies. Bunny, XO, Jelly Roll. Anything else? I'm seeing foreign names, and by foreign, I mean not American. I'm in America, but I'm seeing names that I'm not familiar with. Oh, Muni, San Francisco. That's the transit system, the bus system in San Francisco. used to ride Muni. I rode Muni the 1 month that I lived in San Francisco. I rode Muni and BART bus. Yeah, so they could live in a city where there's public transit. They could be in a place like San Francisco, New York, Tokyo, Boston. I'm seeing Gary Busey. Gary Busey. Not conventionally handsome, to say the least. Anything else? MBTI terms. NI. Introverted intuition. I do not see this person being an NI dom. They could be an SE dom or a TE dom or an FE dom, but definitely not an NI dom. Anything else? Did I do that already? Umi? That's not a name I'm familiar with. I'm seeing Paris. I'm seeing France. I see Paris. I see France. I see Misti's underpants. That was an elementary school thing. Okay. Well, I'll stop there. I trust you get the gist. That's what I see for 3. I hope that helps. I do this full time. I'm always available for private readings. All the info, including client testimonials, is in every box. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. And if you chose 4, Quattro, here is your reading, starting with Sugar-Free Tarot, my newest deck. It's available at makeplaincards.com. Link in every box. That is the 5 of Wands, Cinco de Bastos, Dramatico. A few years ago, I think it was before the pandemic, the Snickers had messages, and that was my favorite of all the Snickers that I saw, the Dramatico. I love it. Okay. 8 of Wands, Ocho de Bastos, La Templanza, Temperance. Looks like you've been all around the damn mulberry bush with this person. Tarot de Marseille. Oh, 9 of Cups, maybe the Copas. 5 of Cups, Cinco Copas, and the Page of Swords of the Espadas. Pink Tiger, not the official name, but I call it the Pink Tiger deck. Whatever you do, don't ever insult Earl Nightingale. Whatever you do, don't ever throw any shade whatsoever on Earl Nightingale. Okay? It's an inside joke. So, I just got into a bit of trouble with Periscope Film. I talk about it at my second tarot channel, which is not really tarot. I rebranded it to Ho Audio recently. It was Extra Basic Tarot for years, and it was Psycho Tarot, and now it's Ho Audio. I actually did a collective reading last night, but it's not just a tarot channel, it's an everything channel. But I talk about Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret, and Periscope Film in one of the videos that I did a few days ago. In the Law of Attraction community, Periscope Film is not Law of Attraction, the video is, but the Law of Attraction community is very testy. You want to be very careful with your words. La Templanza, Temperance. Diez de Oros, Ten of Pentacles. And La Estrella, the Star. Okay, what do they think about when they think about you? Well, they think about love, whole lot of love, Led Zeppelin. I feel like you and this person have had amazing sex, and you could have a kid or kids. And some of you may be married to this person. It's like I was saying, for one, anyone obviously can watch these readings, and sometimes people who are in deeply gratifying relationships watch. They're curious, they're bored, they love the sound of my voice. I don't know. Who knows what reasons are for watching these readings, but suffice to say, it's not always people who are single or in weird situations that watch pick a card readings. So I'm not really getting a weird situation here. I'm not really getting third party. I'm not really seeing the red flags. Starting out, yes, I said all around the damn mulberry bush, because I mean, we start with two really dramatic cards, the 5 of Wands and the 8 of Wands, which I call the sex card. But we have Temperance twice, and we have the 10 of Pentacles, and we have the 9 of Cups. So I feel like this could be one of those things, kind of like Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson, where when you and this person met, sparks just flew. It was very cinematic, you know, an instant, visceral attraction, so strong that for some of you, you may have had something similar. You got married right away, or you moved in together right away, and the sex was just off the charts. I would say, just based on these cards, with the usual caveat, it's not a personal reading, I'm reading for a global audience. Strong emphasis at this channel on entertainment purposes. So if it doesn't fit, don't force it, as they say. A lot of you, probably, this person is currently in love with you. If you're not married, you could be headed in that direction, to have 9 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. And Temperance, so there's balance, there's mutuality, there's reciprocity. You give, you receive. You throw the ball, they catch it, they throw it back, and you got to dance. You got a rhythm. And that's all that true love is. Strip away all the labels, divine counterparts, soulmates, twin flames, karmics, whatever. All that true love truly is a mutual exchange of energy. And I see that here. So it could be it just started off really strong. And for some, when you started talking, one or both of you was still in a relationship, and that had to be resolved so the two of you could be together. So it may have started off third party or multiple party. Also, it could be that you and this person fight in a friendly, fun way that keeps you on your toes. You challenge each other. You know, I don't mean physical fighting, obviously, but playful fighting, teasing with your words. And for some, in the beginning, it may have been on again, off again, but then you got older and this stabilized, and now you're in a good place. So when this person thinks about you, they think about love. They think about the sex you just had last night, the sex you're going to have tomorrow. They think about how amazed and inspired they are by you. The song I'm hearing is You're the Inspiration by Chicago. You know, our love was meant to be the kind of love that lasts forever. I just got the Chicago 17 cassette at this record shop, and I just got my tape deck in the mail from eBay. So I'm going back to the old school with the tapes. I've got the records, now I got the tapes. Time traveling. Yeah, I feel like a lot of songs remind this person of you. They probably send you multiple playlists. This song reminds me of you. Oh my God, babe, this is our song. You have at least one song. Save all your love for me. When I'm alone at night, you're all I see. Yeah, this person's in love with you, just going by these cards. If there was a period of separation, again, it could have started off on again, off again. If there was a period of separation, they were thinking of you the entire time, and they were missing you. I'm hearing still loving you, the Scorpions. Sweet Child of Mine, Patience, Guns N' Roses. Oh my God. More Than a Feeling, Boston, all these songs. I could go on and on. So music plays a big role in this relationship. This person could play the guitar guitar, piano, or they just love music and so many songs remind them of you. You probably are soulmates. I've said that for 3 of the piles, so when it jumps out, it jumps out. I don't get too heavy with the labels. I'm not a twin flame reader, and I don't feel like the labels serve much purpose. As I said, true love, mutual exchange of energy. But you've probably been together in numerous incarnations, and when you met in this incarnation, in this lifetime, you looked into each other's eyes, and you both just knew, that instant recognition, that instant familiarity. We were together before. Yeah, in the last lifetime, we were on the Titanic together. We were on the Titanic, or we were at Stonehenge together, some damn thing. I was listening to Strange Magic. It's not like I'm drunk. My sleep schedule screwed up because of the neighbors next door. Slept all day. I was listening to Strange Magic by Electric Light Orchestra, and I've heard that song probably a million times. I exaggerate, but I've heard it a lot. And I had to go and read the lyrics, and I thought, all these years I didn't know that Stonehenge is in the lyrics? A Stonehenge Dawn, or I knew, but I didn't know. Anyway, that's cool. Cool song, cool lyrics. Stonehenge, Titanic. You were together in a previous incarnation, and I'm seeing the Gypsy video, Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks. And that video, from what I can tell, it does imply reincarnation. So, yeah, this person has all kinds of thoughts of you, and mostly they're positive now. It's all right now. You're apart, now you're together. A possible astral... Oh my God, my throat is fucked up. It's like I just smoked a pack of Marlboros and drank a 5th of Jack Daniels. Not the case, but a possible astro combo for this person. I'm getting strong Scorpio vibes. They could have Sun in Scorpio, Mercury in Sagittarius, Aries rising, Moon in Capricorn. That is one possibility. The astro die. So yeah, the neighbors next door, they had a party last night. I wasn't invited, but I got to hear it all from my bedroom window. 2, Uranus, Aries. They could have Uranus and Aries in the 2nd house. I don't think so. Uranus is one of the far planets. It takes a while. So Uranus was in Libra when I was born, Gen X, Uranus in Libra. Where is Uranus now? I'm about to sneeze. Wait. Uranus was in Libra when I was born in 73. Now, Uranus is in Taurus. And I don't know the exact date, but soon Uranus will be going into Gemini. And apparently, according to a lot of astrologers, that's going to be a huge deal. That's going to be a game changer when Uranus moves into Gemini. It's not going to affect me in a negative way because I've got Sun and Venus in Aquarius. So Uranus at some point in Gemini will be trining my Aquarius Sun and Venus. Okay, so what do I get just from that astro combo, or from these 3? Uranus, 2nd house, Aries. What I get is that when this person was a kid, it's very similar to what I experienced in my childhood. It was like they lived in a psychic tornado alley. They never knew what to expect. They were always moving. Their parents were always moving. They could be a military brat. They didn't have this stable, so-called normal childhood where they went through the same school system for 12 years and they lived in the same house for 18 years or whatever. There was a lot of change and turmoil probably in their life. This person could be military and they move around a lot. They have a passport with all kinds of stamps on it. Okay, 2 is Cancer, 3 is Sagittarius, 5 is Mercury, Gemini, Virgo, 1 is Leo, another 3. Oh, cool. 6. 6 is the number. Venus is the dominant energy. Love, love, love. I love to end on that note. That's what I see for 4, and that does conclude this pick a card reading. Thank you all so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. Blah, blah, blah. I try to do the radio voice and I get all fucked up. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for all the things. Sending you all... Why are the wind chimes not chiming? What the hell? Okay. Sending you all massive love and light from San Antonio.